You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
Good morning, viewers, and welcome to the final edition of The Breakfast Show, where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV with a stream on Facebook, YouTube, and also now our website, where they're powered by Orange Sierra Leone. We will bring this Friday edition of The Breakfast Show come to you. Mina Khadija Bangura.
And Mina Mebel Kaba. Good morning. Today is Friday, the 5th day of September 2025. And inside this edition of The Breakfast Show today, they can look at the issue na the All People's Congress APC party. Also, one of the members, we have been first-time Vice President Alhaji Chief Samuel Sam Sumana. Inside this week, been hold a press conference. Also, he been talked to the media and serve in support of them for sake of the issue where they get with the APC. And inside that particular meeting, the way them been hold, he don't talk say they take the APC party go to the PPRC for sake of clause na the constitution where according to them go deprive them for contest as flag bearer inside the 2028 elections. Well, waiting the party make up of this where Sam Sumana don't talk. Now that's what they can look at inside this edition of The Breakfast Show this morning.
Well, this and other issues them did program for you this morning as we can get the APC position after we then first time Vice President when Alhaji Chief Samuel Sam Sumana be all the press conference. Also he talked to a member of the public say they take the APC party gonna PPRC because of in status where the party not able for regularize it. As for he believes say in a APC Pekin and it fight for injustice where he say they happen at the party. Well, we start with the All People's Congress, and on the line now we get the Secretary General when a lawyer Lansana Dumbuya we go can tell we the party position after we then first time Vice President Chief Samuel Sam Sumana be all a press conference and talk about several things them where he calls saying injustice where they happen inside the APC party. Good morning, Sec Gen, and welcome to the Breakfast Show.
Yeah, good morning, Khadija. Yeah.
All right, we just don't tell we view them. We see Chief Sam Sumana, where in status na the APC party, the public not able for regularize them yet, and not able for no in current status na the APC. It be all a press conference na the symbol. Usa address several things them we get for do with them. One of the major things them where he talk about now that he don't care the party gonna PPRC for address in status matter. Firstly, let we start for talk about Chief Sam Sumana in status na the APC as a Secretary General. You na the head of the administrative wing of the APC. Start for clarify Chief Sam Sumana in status for we.
Well, you know, it is sad that this has become a a kind of issue where people then they try for build mountain out of. And it is sad at this point in time that we get for the go all around so many other things where we get many things for concentrate ban at the party for build them for make sure say we able for win the elections at first ballot. Sam Sumana, as we all know, was the former vice president. Chief Sam Sumana was the former vice president of the party. And at some point in time, for some reason, I was not the Secretary General then, but I was still a very senior member of the party. For some reason, he was expelled. And after his expulsion, he went to another political party, created that political... He is part of those people who created the party. And he contested against the APC party. Okay. After some time, he decided that he wants to come back to the party. I was still not yet the Secretary General. And at some point in time, the NAC then, they wanted to the NAC seat and then decide, let them get for Kamna the party as you don't express the desire for Kamna the party. Did you get me, Khadija?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Yes, you did get me?
Would they get you loud and clear? Go on, Secgen.
Yeah. So, NAC go then get the decision, say, for calling back na the party. And the National Secretary General then, who is now the Deputy National Deputy National Chairman of the party, and who is also the acting Chairman of the party at present, wrote a letter to him saying that he is accepted to come to the party again, but subject to the decision of the National Delegate Conference. You know, so let me say this about Samson. It's not about where he come to the party. Samson has been trying to come to the party with all should I don't talk so, and I was not there. But different fit say we should, allow everyone to come to the party. So my guest and then card he requested for. I know initially he wanted to be reinstated. So let me say this, Khadija. His choice of statement and reaction.
All right, that's the lawyer Lansana Dumbuya, we na the Secretary General for the All People's Congress. Yes, Secgen, go ahead.
According to the 2022 Constitution, anybody where they don't grab na the party or we resign from the party, go another party, we want come back. The Constitution, when our Section 13 say if you reapply, if you readmit the person, it should be readmission. Okay, Sam Sumana in contention always was that he wants to be reinstated. Reinstated, and you know what reinstate means? Means, you are to get something, which you had before. That is reinstatement, to go in your position you had before. So the party said, no, we have a constitution. And when we go to the convention, the 2023 convention, before they go there, you must remember, say, the convention will be a court-ordered convention. So Fisher was very clear what we should do at the convention. It specifically make provision for them when they were the non-drive na the party. When he been thinking specifically that particular direction, they even though he been put on there, but specifically now for Sam Sumana, he been make because at the point in time from the party expelled. He was not expelled, he was suspended. Even the other gentleman, Sandy, was not expelled, he was suspended. So Sam Sumana at the point in time was the only one really we could think of who was suspended. So if Fisher say, when they go convention, this 2020 convention, because you are not being put the issue of readmission for address membership, we want to go address the constitution. We want to go make sure say we get the 2022 constitution. Now, when they go to this 2023 convention, we make sure say the issue of readmission in compliance with the 2023 constitution that the 2022 Constitution, that is Section 13, specifically Fisher talk and say, we want for put readmission on the agenda for go readmit all the one they wait and don't grab. So when we go to the convention, that is exactly what Ibrahim Sori, who will conduct the election, did. He asked them, and Ibrahim Sori is a lawyer. He wanted to comply with that order of Fisher, Justice Fisher, because it was a court directive. So if we comply with a court directive, and it is based on that court decision that we give his present membership card, he is now a member of the party. And I think that is what I am happy for. All we should do now is for him to focus and make sure he helps the party and work for the party. You see, the issue of leadership in the party, which everybody, we have many people now, wants to be, is sometimes people should look at it as a divine calling. If God not put on, he not put on. If God put on, he put on. Whichever way, whichever status somebody being at the party, if God say 90 be leader, 90 be leader. So let us be content with what we have at the point in time, especially so when it is a court-ordered convention. We cannot go against the court. This is something I don't want to talk about, Khadija, because when you say this, people feel aggrieved. Even when you are saying the right thing, the judgment is there. If you want the judgment, I'll forward it to you. But I don't want this issue of bantering words, as if sometimes the Secretary General or the party, I know like Samsumana, no one Samsumana for Kambi flag bearer, no one Samsumana for... That is not so. But people have their own ways. And, this is the last time I'm going to address the Samsumana issue, the Chief Samsumana issue, because people tend to misunderstand everything. So this is the last time, and it is because it is your radio station. That is why I'm doing it. Otherwise, if it is another outlet, I would not have done it. So I hope people are listening to this to understand that the party wants Samsumana, the party loves Samsumana, the party wants any other person in the party to come back, but we have to do it by the Constitution. We don't have to do it outside the Constitution. That is the position, Khadija.
Sergeant, as a party, they consider the concerns them way Alhaji Chief Samsumana don't raise. Where they say they care on go na the PPRC, they see them in concerns here.
Khadija, I don't know if I am the one giving Chief Samsumana advice. Again, I will say let him come to the party and work. He has received his membership card, which he has been trying to get for very long. He asked me, let me say this to the public. We had a meeting. We had a meeting with Samsumana, and he accepted that card in the meeting, in the presence of witnesses. And also, he sent people to me to come and tell me that he wanted that particular card and that particular status that I gave him. After he received the card, he begins to say that, he wants something else. Well, I don't want to go into that. That is his own view, and I don't want to seem as if I have any issue with him. I do not. And we are looking at the concern, and if he's going to PPRC is a body that regulates political party. So, but if I would advise him, this is a very critical time in his political life, and also the political life of the APC. I'll advise him that any step he takes now is going to define his future and whatever will happen to him. So I will advise him to come to the party, we talk, and let him work for the parties. When you work, people see what you have done. If you have done good, you will be rewarded good. Status in the party does not matter. If you do what is right for the party and the membership of the party will reward you. You may not know the reward. So if it goes to PPRC, if PPRC calls us, we'll go there and we'll explain the position. But as I said to you, Khadija, you then are broadcasting field now. Would you go against a court order? I'm asking you, Khadija, will you go against a court order?
Chairman, normally, the lawyer then can say the court is supreme, but according to Chief Samsumana, na in press conference, he said it a fight against injustice. The APC in any way don't commit any injustice to Samsumana?
Khadija, of any injustice. I am implementing a court order, and if there is any injustice, maybe it is the court, not the APC, because the court gave the APC a directive: go readmit all those who have been expelled. And that is exactly what the party did. And if that is injustice, I don't know, So, but for me, that is all I can say now. And I'll just advise each and every one of the party, all the one that we don't know, let we all come together. And I advise Sam Sumana to abandon that particular exercise. It will not be good for him. So that is my own candid advice. He may not know it. He may think that maybe I am afraid for him to take the APC but it will not be good for him.
If he not take this particular action like you advise Sam not for do, you think say the APC party go able for handle in concerns them where it is now this recent program where it be whole for address the public and self in support of them?
So let me ask you again, Khadija, what are the concerns? If you are saying that the status of waiting the gear, Khadija, the thing is, whatever happened, he was expelled. He went to another party. And you come back, then give membership. I think that should suffice. I think that should suffice for now. You may want more because you've been in the party before. You may want to go back to your last position which you had. But really, Khadija, political parties have their own rules and regulations. They have the constitution. The constitution is there. For me, I cannot go outside the constitution. That is why people are very frustrated with me. I cannot go outside the constitution for now. If somebody wants to do any other thing, I'll advise him not to do anything detrimental to the APC because it will not be good for him or her. But I will have to make sure that the constitution is implemented. I know a lot of people don't want it. Many things don't happen at the party. For example, if you remember when he came the youth leader of the National Young Congress, Oli, when he reached age, we implement the constitution. Dr. Samuel Kamara, when it comes to the 6 months, we implement the constitution. So why should this be different? I really don't understand, and I find it very difficult for people. The same people who are jubilating when we address the Dr. Samuel Kamara issue on the 6 months when the constitution say, they are the same people who want us now to go against the constitution. Initially, they were happy that we are implementing the constitution to the letter, but now they don't want us to implement it to the letter. It is strange the way people behave.
Some people see this particular action where Chief Sam Sumana, I beg your pardon, where he want for take the party to the PPRC as another battle for the APC, where plenty people believe say if it succeed in waiting it do so, this go for be challenge for the APC ahead of the 2028 elections. When they see this as a battle where they come for the APC?
I don't know how you see it, Khadija, when you say it could be a battle. It can never be a battle. Whatever the PPRC says, I believe I've done the right thing. But whatever PPRC say, just put the pros and cons together. Whichever way, it will not affect the APC. It will not.
Secgen, una done the battle with... Secgen, the APC done the battle with Sam Sumana in issue. From 2018, Osai go join the C4C and contest. And the nation see waiting down they cause on a popularity na kono. That particular split they Osai Sam Sumana been join the C4C and contest for them. It caused una a whole lot. And now una still there on the same battle with Sam Sumana. And according to Sam Sumana, in a first generation of the APC, so it go fight all kind way against this injustice where the APC party they treat them. Una they foresee a repetition of 2018 where it caused una a lot of votes. Nakono?
Khadija, I am also a first generation APC person, and I'm talking based on that. And I've been around the corridors of the APC for quite a very long time, since I was very, very young. Maybe some people may have left, gone somewhere, go abroad, but I have always been around that corridor. I cannot speak for the Kono people, but I know the Kono people are getting wiser, and the Kono people know what, benefits them, and the Kono people are in a position to decide, as to whether, the way this government, they misbehave and kill the aspirations of not only the Kono people, but also the entire country. The Kono people will decide as to what to do at the end of the day. But I don't want it to look as if you want to put this up as Sam Sumana against the APC.
But now, so it seems like APC. Now, Sekjen, now so it seems like Sam Sumana versus the APC.
It may seem to you, but Sam Sumana is APC. Whatever he has to do, we will discuss it wherever we go. He has taken me. I don't know. You know that he took me to the disciplinary committee. You may not know that. He may not have. Maybe maybe talk in a press conference or not talk. He can go to the disciplinary committee of the APC party. Do you know that?
He not come to the public.
The committee say me give a date for members we are not supposed for them. They are not supposed for them. It can give transfer. As supposed for them. What's of the matter, Khadija? I was elected as a national executive in 2012. That particular convention where they make can give you membership, and you want me to give you membership outside my mandate were not secretary general. It is not correct. So the chief committee tell and say they don't hear that matter because they don't have the mandate, because that has already died. The speaker.
All right, so they try to get lawyer Lansana Dumbuya again as they talk on the issues we get for do with Sam Sumana. Yes, Sekjen, you be coming broken earlier.
So it's as a result of him being dissatisfied with that judgment of the disciplinary committee that he decide for all the presser. So if he say it go PPRC, well, I'll be there and I will say the truth. Only the truth can set you free. I know he's agreed for one reason or the other because he wants to be the same position of that former vice president status in the party, to go to the convention and contest. I know that is the problem, because if that was not the problem, he's now a member of the party. I have told him, Chief, I have no problems with you. You have no problems with me. We've never had anything. We've never doubled before. We've never quarreled before. We have no issues. I assumed mantle in 2023, and I gave you a membership card for 2023. I cannot give you membership card for 2022. I was not checked in general. I cannot give you membership card for 2020 or whatnot. And your situation is that you were expelled and you're coming to the party under Section 13 of the Constitution. And the Constitution has given me direction. So again, Khadija, whatever we want to do in this life, you, Khadija, even if you want to be the president now of Sierra Leone, just make sure that you comply with the Constitution. And that is what I have done.
On the issue of Sam Sumana, Sekjen.
Sorry. Chief Sam Sumana might not like it. His supporters might not like it today because it is dealing with Sam Sumana. But tomorrow, and as they have said before, they will say, okay, Secretary General, now we no more. You're not being given what we want to one for 2 years, but you're not being given. But nevertheless, in a person way, always they comply with the Constitution. That is what I have done.
Sekjen, on the issue of him forming another political party, Sam Sumana say, we una drebam na the APC party, members them na the C4C party come to and call him let he stand for be president under them party, but in no form political party.
Khadija?
Yes, sir.
Something then they will not go inside too much. That is what he has said to the public. I don't want to challenge him on that, but I'm sure he was part and parcel of the C4C, and even before he came to the country. But let's not go into that. It's neither here nor there. The point is, he went to another political party. That is the point. The point is, eventually he went to a political party and he was the leader of that political party. Whether he was called into that political party or he was not be one of the one that we create the political party is neither here nor there. The fact is, he joined another political party and then now he wants to come to the APC. The Constitution is clear about those who have left the party, who have expelled. And let me say this, by the way, the Constitution nor say if you are wrong, because that is what I had. If you are expelled this way, or you are expelled in good, or you are expelled in bad, or you are expelled in white, or you are expelled in black, or blue, or whatever, the Constitution say as long as you've been expelled or you left the party, and you are coming back, you come under Section 13 of the Constitution. And Fisher was clear on that. Khadija, you expect me to go against Fisher in judgment? I'm a lawyer of 27 years standing. I will not do that. I'm sorry, people might not like it, but I will not go against Fisher's judgment. Until that judgment is changed. If it is changed today for Khadija, what do I have against Chief Sam Sumana? If it is changed today, I will comply with it today.
How you go describe the way how Chief Sam Sumana don't handle this whole issue of him being out of the party, coming back to this point where they say they take the party to the PPRC? Has he been truthful with the APC regarding the way how he don't handle the issue?
Khadija, I don't want to go into that. He is still a member of the APC, and I just want to advise him to abandon whatever exercise he wants to do, and let's come and sit. As I've said, we cannot go against the Constitution. He knows my position. He knows I have nothing against him, except otherwise. Maybe he speaks in double tongue, or waiting Englishman say you speak with your cheek in your tongue. But I want to believe him on that when he says he has nothing against me, I also have nothing against him. We've never had any issues before. It's only because I gave him a card and he decides the card which he asked me to give to him. He accepted that date in a meeting we had, in presence of other witnesses. So if he goes this again and say he doesn't want it, then, I've just given you my story. You can decipher from that what is your assessment on it. You are a journalist.
Finally, before you left with Sekjen, Sam Sumana say they stop at nothing until he fights the injustice and then grant and the status where in belief say he deserve na the APC party. How prepared is the party in case Chief Sam Sumana after PPRC take Unana court?
Khadija, I will just answer that with a Shakespearean quote. Shakespeare said, "'Tis and oftentimes the instrument of darkness often tell us truth to betray us in deepest consequences." Meaning that the devil might come to you, present to you something as if it is the best thing, the best position to take, as if it is the best thing in the world for you to take. That is the path you should tread, when in fact that is a dangerous path, because the devil is leading you to something else. And I don't want the devil to be involved in this. So that is why I'm advising that he abandons that exercise and come to the party. The party is complying with the we've had Khadija. Now he says he's going to PPRC. Maybe he would want to go to court or whatever it is. He has denied that he will never. In fact, Khadija, this is a surprise to me, because in the disciplinary committee, he said he will never take the party outside or bring any case against the party anywhere again. In the disciplinary committee, members were there. He said he will not, because they advised him and say, "Hey, we heard that." He said he will never do it. So I just want him to know that I am one person who wants to trust him. I want to really trust him. And I still think there is room for me to trust him. And I am leaving it at that for now. When somebody says something, he has to do it. And that is what I do. And that is what I expect my friends, comrades, and other people to do. When you say something, you follow it to the letter. You don't say one thing and do the other.
All right. Many thanks, Jen. We talk to we and make them clarification there in response to the press away Alhaji Chief Samsumana All concerning in status na the All People's Congress APC party. Many thanks.
Okay.
All right, that's now the Secretary General for the All People's Congress, lawyer Lansana Dumbuya, where they talk to we inside that interview day concerning the press conference where Chief Samsumana be all this BNTM Usa say it carry the party na PPRC for let them go discuss the issue we get for do with in status. How we for come back na the All People's Congress, the APC party. And we don't talk to the Secretary General, we na lawyer Lansana Dumbuya, we they try for get the PPRC where Chief Samsumana say it don't care the APC go for let them go regularize in status. Waiting at PPRC them position now in all of this. Now they try for get now we get Olu Shogu A. Davis on the phone when at the Executive Secretary for the Political Parties Regulation Commission. We get the mandate for regulate all political party them. And then Chief Samsumana say he don't care in complaint to forsake in status na the All People's Congress. Good morning, Mr. Davis.
Yes, good morning, Khadija. Good morning, Ifambulden.
I will just talk to the Secretary General for the All People's Congress APC party concerning a press conference where Chief Samsumana Onagadi Simblu Usai address members of the media and serve the public say they fight against injustice at the APC and they don't care this complaint before. Now, firstly, start for confirm if una get any complaint from Chief Samsumana against the APC party.
Yes, of course, we received the letter together with a bundle of evidences on Wednesday ahead of the Wednesday morning, ahead of the stated press conference. And we actually don't see the content of the letter. We equally they in line with what he feels say that injustice according to him. And he submit for each and every of the allegation we contain in the letter. They attach an evidence to it. So that's the status. I want to confirm. So we receive them on Wednesday in the morning hours.
Mr. Davis, you mind for share the contents of the letter exactly waiting a care go to the PPRC?
Yeah, varieties of issues. It's about five pages worded letter. We catalog in sequence series of things that we feel say not be unfair to them. But of all of the contents of the letter, the most important or turning, according to him, therefore do with the fact that when they reinstate him as member of the APC by a NAC meeting, they actually be requesting for payback all a monthly due membership dues for which he pay and then get receipts. According to the content of the letter, it equally states that for the 2023 presidential elections, it be pay and the party be receive money from him. After which they tell us say based on the contents of the APC constitution that's eligible for contest. Quite apart from that, he equally state that he don't try for engage the party leadership on a number of occasions. They don't write them, but they never get any feedback by way of a response to all of the concerns them. And it don't become a worrying issue for him, and that's the reason he decide for forward them to the commission. We get primacy for regulate the affairs of political party for real intervention. So that's just in summary of the key issues there. Like I said, like 5 pages letter with various related issues. So that's just the highlights of the contents of the letter.
Mr. Davis, as a commission where they regulate political parties, I shall say most of the key decisions where the political party then can take, then can align with una or inform una say they don't make a certain decision. According to lawyer Lansana Dumbuya, where na the Secretary General for the APC, he said this issue where Samsumana carry na PPRC, na issue where they don't solve, they don't give Chief Samsumana in party card again from 2023. But according to lawyer Lansana, he says Samsumana wants let he give a party card for 2022 When he not be even then a office as Secretary General, and for he believe say they don't sit down, they don't discuss, and they don't give Sam Sumana a party card again. We mean say he's a member of the APC. Una be aware of the decision there will be they happen between Chief Sam Sumana and the APC executive.
Of course, like what I would just want to state very clearly, by the provisions of the Act of the Political Parties Act 2022, political parties are body corporates. So which imply that they are very autonomous and they get the rights in line with the party constitution for run the affairs of the party. Those decisions are internal. These are conversations that between the membership of the party and the leadership of the party. We know. It not necessarily means say if I cancel the attention of the PPRC. So, for example, if somebody apply for be a member of the All People's Congress, the party secretariat not need for come back to PPRC and say, "Oh, we don't get new member or we don't apply." So it's membership issue within the party. Those decisions are taken, but in a circumstance, this member feel aggrieved about the way the party don't treat them or members of the secretariat, then that is when the PPRC can be involved. Just like what you say, we not get the other side of the conversation as of now. Like I say, we receive them on Wednesday as a commission. We get for Sidon, go through the entirety of the contents of the letter, look at all of the attachments, the appendixes we attached to them, the evidence. Then we look at them. We now look at them in conjunction with the provisions of the Political Parties Act, equally so with the provisions of the Constitution of the All People's Congress. Then thereabout, the Commission will take a next step, definitely, for inform the leadership of the party, and then we will actually bring to life to them all of the contents we the Honorable Sam Sumana don't bring to their attention. We equally ask them for giving a response, because we don't really know what we don't traverse between the Honorable Sam Sumana and the leadership of the party. We've received one side, so it's our responsibility, following which we don't go through the entirety of the documents received. Then we will contact the National Executive of the All People's Congress for their response. And if there is a need, definitely following their response, we equally will make available to the complainants if there's a need now for bring all parties and we discuss these issues and find the solution to it, then definitely that's part of our role and that's our responsibility. We will definitely do. But in terms of waiting go on traverse between the Honorable Sam Sumana and the party, it don't necessarily mean say the PPRC get for be updated, because these are internal issues and all political parties get their own administrative ways of handling their problems and their issues. Except in the circumstance the party feels say the member don't infringe on their constitution or whatsoever, they can bring that to our attention, or the member feels say the party leadership or the party don't be at disadvantage in person, then it can come to the attention of the commission. But the internal issues, the internal arrangement, the day-to-day administration of respective political parties is exclusively within the domain of the secretariat of the respective parties.
But the contents of the letter where you don't see so far, is it a unique case where the PPRC don't receive, or not thing where una been on the look inside similar cases before?
Well, different parties get some different legal instruments where they guide the operation. So, for example, the contents of the APC's constitution can be different from that of the SLPP, can be different from that of the ADP, PMDC, as the case may be. So, we, of course, I say, we don't ever get an issue regarding membership, of a party with pay money for the presidential candidate, and the constitution of the party now debar based on the provision. But in terms of some other related issues, of course, these are cross-cutting issues where always the thrive between members of political parties. So I wouldn't say that it's absolutely unique, even though some of the content there might be unique in a way. But these are issues where the commissioner sees off, and that make on a periodic basis. We can normally get internal reflections, and we can get simulation exercise where we can get ourselves prepared in a circumstance we are confronted with these issues in relation to the context of the provisions of the Act and the party where the issue will come from. So it's something where
we get the competence and we get the legal standing for looking to. I wouldn't say, like I say no more, that it's absolutely unique, but there are some aspects of it we don't actually deal with other political parties.
All right, many thanks, Mr. Davis. So you talk to we inside that interview and make them clarification then they.
Thank you very much.
All right, that's now Olusegun Davis in the executive secretary for the Political Parties Regulation Commission. They confirm inside that interview they say they received a 5-pager complaint from Chief Sam Sumana and also plenty other evidence then for backing complaint them. But he said then go sit down, look inside and concern them day, and if need be, then go bring the All People's Congress when them Chief Sam Sumana make complaint against. We will continue to follow this issue, and if any latest developments today, we go bring counsel on the public.
All right, the breakfast show they continue for drop your message in the comment section at the different platforms on the watch you this morning. Or you drop them at the text line +232 74 200 545. We move from that issue we get to do with the All People's Congress, and now we can talk about different sporting disciplines. As we get to the studio this morning, the executive director for the National Sports Authority, NSA, we na Dr. Emmanueal Saffa Abdulai, as we know say inside April 2024, President Biobin Pikam for head the NSA, and from that same day to now, waiting don't they happen under in leadership we can discuss as the country gets about 54 different sporting disciplines. Then most times people can send out football, people can pay attention to. Well, waiting don't they happen, how NSA don't they ensure say then focus on all of them 1 year and give them all equal attention. We can discuss the issues here this morning at the program. Good morning and welcome to the breakfast show, Dr. Saffa.
Good morning and thank you for having me.
All right, so like I don't tell the viewers them, since your appointment in April 2024, we don't ever get you, this is not the first time we get you in the studio for can talk about sporting disciplines in the country. We all know say yesterday, Leon Stars been get a match, we not end up as expected for so many people who will come to that, but let me just get an overview first of how you be meet NSA when you take up the appointment last year.
Thank you. So when I take up the appointment, the NSA as an institution don't get established by an act of parliament, and they already been under in existence for 6 years. You get to an institution where you realize that there were so many issues, there were many problems, whereby the organization was basically dysfunctional. And I try for reorganize things, make sure everybody knows it was time to deliver, do their work. I set up a 6-point plan. One of them was ensuring that we get all the sporting disciplines where you mentioned comply with the rules of the NSA, which means one, don't forget what we call general good governance structure. We include having a constitution, a bank account, an executive, and then the whole congresses annually, because that is the requirement, so that one person would just sit down and grab and make the association in own, because that has been the problem. Also, the second one has been for develop infrastructure in sports, because most of the times when they say, oh, forgo World Cup, forgo Olympic, but you will not get the infrastructure. Tennis not get infrastructure. Basketball not get infrastructure. So that was another aim. The third aim was I put a condition that if you want to go international competition, you get for down day play your own local competition, because sport is about local competition, creating enjoyment and employment for young people. So it become a condition that no association not going to be funded by taxpayers' money if we not go, if you know they play local competition where we they see. Now then we also say we for domesticate sports, we for localize, we mean say not a Freetown number. Most of the sporting disciplines are Freetown number. You have to take it outside of Freetown to the other district and other region. And if you say you are a national sporting association, you for also get executive members who come up from everywhere in the country. Then we talk about diversity in terms of bringing people with disability, women, and trying to develop women in sport. So this one is going on well. There are a lot of challenges. We meet over 8 or 10 of the sporting disciplines, and they caught without the challenge the other leadership. We put up a mediation committee. We don't mediate most of them. For example, when I came, we meet tennis, don't go Supreme Court for leadership issues, other people, and they go court because somebody don't take in our office, because somebody don't change the constitution. Across the board, we try to settle them, which we have done. So far, we don't reorganize things, but also one of the things we've done is to ensure that we have to do a lot of things outside of the normal thing where they do. First time, the NSA been just there for the gear out support. What we have done is to really get into the field. If we say we are giving you support, we come there and see. But we also have organized several things. We organize training for NSOs. We don't draft. So the act when they passed in 2017, it been said then for draft 4 regulations. When it came, those regulations had not been passed. So we don't draft the Sports Development Fund. We don't draft anti-doping regulations. We don't draft the sport policy and give to the Ministry of Sport, just to ensure, say, you get the legal framework within which you can perform. So we've done quite a number of things, and so far that's where we are.
Let me look at support to some of them discipline there. Before you come and take up this role as the executive director, many times we don't hear you way teams them of various discipline they want for go, especially for play international matches them. They can get so many struggles, forget funding from government. When you take over this particular role, how you don't ensure, say, government through the Ministry of Sport prioritize sports? So
government, there is one thing we get for also acknowledge. Government has supported sport a lot. So, for example, I say this all the time. When I come in, because now half yearly I come in, government had budgeted 99 billion old loans to sport. Half of that money had been expended by the time I came in April. Then they support sporting disciplines. But there were no conditions on how you support sporting disciplines. So when I go left sit down, somebody see my internet say, then get XYZ sport competition in Uganda, then come say, we want to go. But how do you want to go? Is it just to go and participate on tourism and take resources and go? What participation, what training, preparation where you don't do for go? So when we come in, I say, look, we all know say football is the biggest sport. If you don't support football, this is suicide for you. We will support football, but we spread the resources across to all disciplines where meet the conditions where have been done set earlier. You play local sports, you meet the governance requirement. So if you look at what we've done in the last 15 months, we don't support past 20 sporting disciplines for travel, for do local sports, But at the same time, even when government has done so well in terms of supporting sport, the resources are not enough. Your colleague just say you get 54 sporting disciplines. 54 sporting disciplines, not a small sporting discipline. Apart from the fact that we don't have enough of the resources, so we get for try for prioritize. So we tell them, say, look, we are willing and happy for support what we call statutory event. The one where Sierra Leone get for participate by force, by most, like we go say African Cup of Nations, Olympics, Islamic Games. These are things we'll support. But if not just bilateral games, where it's intended one organization in England, they organize an event, you want for go, we get for prioritize the resources that are available. So, and then also, one of the things what they say where most people they get wrong, most of the association, where the year start, we call them to a meeting and say, send us your calendar of event. So you get for know in the 1 year, because government resources, where the year they begin December, now they do the budget. Once that budget is done, you cannot change it. So some of them, they don't submit those. Then when they get events, then come. I don't have it in my budget. I will not fund it. It becomes a problem. Also, we're not there in a position for anticipate growth, because even last year, we submitted 300 million new loans budget and cut down to 66. So not even a fraction of it was given to us. So we get problems with, for example, if you look at what happens to basketball, then go on this competition, then go promote, then beat, then go to the next competition. In our budget, it's not there. You cannot support them. So sometimes we find a way here and there for cut here and put here for ensure say we support all of them. But it's never enough. People are complaining, saying a football no more. We're very well aware that, for example, cricket, we don't do so well. When I come, they have never supported cricket. To date, we have not supported them, because by the time I come, initially, cricket had their own resources, whether they get from the ICC, which they had relied on. So they did not come to us. We did not have them in our annual budget. But this is a group where we don't realize we have to support because they are doing very well. We don't get a lot of conversations with them. But in the middle of the year, it's almost impossible for you to support any new endeavor.
Corruption now one way plenty inside sport discipline and football, for example. Everybody be the allegation them on the outgoing president of the FA. He reach to the ACC level, he go to CID level. All of the issues there now one way many people believe say they cause like a bottleneck for the progress of sports in Sierra Leone. Under your leadership, where you take up NSA, how you able for go and see waiting at some of the corruption allegations that don't come up over the years, like the most popular one now that somebody transferring from the FA account into your personal account huge amount of money, as alleged by then, with the ACC made a mount investigation for issues of corruption. How you able to handle them?
So here's a point: the government's resources, all we get, all they give out, now we the manage them. We're not a key person for manage them. So, for example, if you say Ludo players want for go Gambia, if we have to support them, we buy their ticket, we get a standard ticket issuer, we pay airport tax, we give them their allowances. So we avoid that issue. Or they don't kind, they no report, we not get document. Or sometimes if they have huge costs where they get for go do in the Gambia, we take what you will call one of the financial people, go with them. Now, the issues where you raise, we get for do with Thomas Daddy Brimer and the SLFA. If you look at most of what in SLFA, I mean, the ACC talk about, this not money will come up from FIFA, not the money will come up from government. Now, I don't know the veracity of it, but what they're saying is basically the monies came from FIFA and so and so and so, then use them. We were not part of it. They're not charged Daddy Brimer with any money when from the NSA come out. They were talking about monies that came from FIFA. You also get to understand, say, over the years, the SLFA don't use third-party interference for threatening the government of Sierra Leone and say FIFA go banned. So we as an NSA, while they look at them, they do regulations, they want to go play Leone Star game, and they collaborate. In terms of the internal funding, where they come up from FIFA, we don't get involved. We don't get involved because you also know say FIFA is an organization with no lack transparency at all. So they cover the organization and say, oh, third-party interference, government. So there is nothing we have to do about the resources where then they get from FIFA. What you really talk about is, for example, government then they support male and female Premier League. We watch those Premier Leagues. We go there. We ensure that when the year done, the money will get and then they refund, then they report on and we get the receipts them. We audit come, we give audit. You understand? Because that is our obligation as a government department.
Local sports are one way we don't play for a long time, but instead being gets a own challenge, especially the Premier League and other local sports them way don't they play. How you go assess also you meet local sports and also local sports you know?
I think we don't take what you call a quantum leap. When we come, most of the sports are not in the play. So we say, okay, two things we said. You have to play local sport. You understand? You get to play your domestic league. You say, Leone Premier League, when I come in, the female Premier League, then been given 2.5 millions. We raise them to 2.8 million. Now we give them 5 million this year. So we have increased the investment. Why? Because if you look at the big 5 changes of President Bill, now for create jobs for young people. When you give them 5 million, you get 18 teams of 30 boys. We make sure, say, them pay their salaries monthly. In fact, just last week, we were talking to nurses for let them come in. You know, say footballer not get pension. Let the clubs then also begin for pay nurses. So that is what we've done. Now you also see, say, the female Premier League, they play every year. Now, then, this year, for example, we give them 3 million of government resources. We have also asked volleyball, basketball, cricket for play the young league. In fact, this year, if we had resources, we had resource constraint this year. If we had resources, we were going to support 10 other disciplines for play domestic league, so that it does not just look like na football no more when they support, which has been the case in the past. We have 10 of those crowded sports because we know, say, if you support a basketball league, you get to get 10 or 12 teams of at least 15 people, when na 450 people. So that is the kind of things we are looking at doing.
You talk about resources, if una get resources. And now one big challenge and the way even the public are aware of.
Yes.
Because most times when the national team, for example, wants for go play or any other sporting discipline want for go participate, especially international competitions, when are the green, white and blue then they go with. Now one thing where they always on the cry say, there is no support, there is no support. What's they happen with the National Basket Fund?
So again, like I said, what they did before I come, then talk about National Basket Funds. Then go, then set up a stage, the president launcher. There was no legal framework for it. Because if you look at how the National Basket Fund they work, when they set them up, it means when you pay electricity bill, then take half cent and that money then put another fund. But only a legal framework will authorize them for doing.
So that's not a white elephant?
It was, I won't call it, but it was, the legal framework was not set. So what you don't do, we don't draft the regulation. I don't talk to AG, the AG, Mr. Alpha Sise, and it's will send them to them, let them put them into their own format. Then we will take them to Parliament. Once we do that, it will now obligate whether they take license, if you buy fuel and gives you open. So the resources come in without you even having to work for it. But then it also stops us from going to government all the time. Because anytime we sit down and say, for example, basketball, they are in Kigali. We haven't supported them. And they are very distraught. You will see them, they post all over social media. But believe you me, like I said last week to people, if I have the resources, I want to support all of these associations. Because for me, creating jobs for young people, we don't create their own niche in every discipline is very key. But the resources are constrained. The government is constrained. The government gets priority issues.
Because that's what we want to ask. Is it that the resources, not they come from central government as expected, or not enough on another case?
No, firstly, like I said, when I was answering the other question from your colleague, if we had gotten 360 millions, that would have been nearly sufficient. But from 360, we got 66. So it's not really enough. But again, we have to understand that in a country like ours, money is never enough because it's not there from the central government. So we don't really, we have our own crisis. Yesterday I was, after a come on another radio station, and somebody just sent me an audio on the net to say the teachers are going on strike for subsidy. Then you sit back and say, oh, teachers are going on strike, beginning for go school. You talk about football. So sometimes you have to be reasonable, and also ensure. But the resource constraint is a major thing. And until we get the sport basket fund right, we are going to be facing the same constraint. They may miss some because they're not being set up the regulation, and we are doing that. And the President Julius Maada, I had a conversation with him on it together with the deputy and other people. Thomas Daddy Bremer and others were there. I don't know if Thomas Daddy was there, but he was very big on it, and he urged me to push it because every time Leone Star wants money, we have to struggle. We get for goal, we get for chase people, and he doesn't want that.
That's now one way sports loving fans don't they say the team them demotivated. We make, especially we can to the national team, Leone Stars, them performance really no good.
No, in fact, Leone Stars now, I think he's saying that then you get different dogs. You get this one, they say this is a bulldog, and then bulldog where they now either sleep in a pala, you put inside motorcar, you can't go walk, you can't go on a beach. It has everything. While we defend the money, they get constraints. They will not tell you they've had any problems. We buy their ticket, we put them in 5-star hotels, we give them food, we give them appearances, we give them bonuses. You understand? We have, since I came, and even before me, nobody don't say, we don't go play for Leone Star, they're not giving. You understand? So they cannot say they are demotivated. The truth of the matter is, with standard of football is growing. Not reach that level they is. So if you look at our players where they're playing in small leagues overseas. Only a few of them there where you go see Augustus, Kai Kamara, then you see them in big leagues. You understand? So putting them together and performing a miracle or spectacularly is difficult. Then what you would don't say is let's focus on with domestic league. This is why we are funding them from the national. In fact, it's our priority pet project, where we have to fund the male and the female Premier League. Now we want to do 10 other sporting disciplines then for ensure say we get them right.
So how do they decide which discipline they get within in terms of resources?
We get the
in as much as the money not come.
We get this requirement all set. You get a good executive. You are not fighting. they play local leagues. So, for example, you look at volleyball, and they play leagues across the country. You look at basketball, then they play league. We see it. They invite us to this event. Once you are doing that, we tick you. We know, say, this one, when they are ready to go, we will support them. You look at cricket. They've won many international competitions. Now, these people, like, every time I talk to them, I feel bad because they've done so well. In fact, they've won more trophies than football. Not just that football, 9 people in the leg. If you put football, now that seats, they just know. People are not sitting up there, then they watch them.
Leon Stadium performance, especially when they go play out of the country, where they don't do for a very long time now because of the stadium where they under maintenance. What in Leon Star lack now? Because you say not to finances. Now they spend most of the money. Is it leadership or not just like what you say earlier? Most of the player them not they play in a big leagues.
So you see say when I say put your mouth where your money is. We had to change the leadership, the coaches. You understand? Because last year we played 6 games. For Go Nations Cup, we did not. Those benchmarks were not met. So, as the institution where they pay the coaches, we pushed the FA for change the coaches them, because we thought, I mean, everywhere you go, if you not qualify, we have a leader who everybody they cry for, say, "Hello, get an opportunity," and we don't see a lot of changes. For example, you watched the game yesterday. Normally, we'll lose away. Yesterday we were supposed to win. We did not win.
Was that an impressive play?
No,
because
it wasn't.
When you look at popular opinion, a lot of people they blame the coach. Say the formation we use and tend away for make strategic changes and not be able to make them.
It's people like when they watch Arsenal and Manchester. This Arsenal and Manchester fans, then some big coach pass their young coaches them. Also they make all of this. When you're playing away, you have a different thing you do. First thing you could see, for example, the officiating was completely against us when the game started. So you have to do blocks. What I saw, that's my opinion. He was blocking to avoid a goal. Then we got a goal. Then I think he realized I can take this one goal and go home. So when they came, they sat back. That created a lot of problems. It could have been a miscalculation, but you're playing away. You cannot play away as if you're playing home, right? I'm not defending anything, but I think I haven't spoken to him. I think I understood what he did because he explained them to me against Egypt. When we went to Egypt, he was playing with blocks, right? And then we played till about last minute on the first half we conceded. When we went to the first half, he said, things have changed for me. He said, because if we had not conceded, second half we were going to go after them. So I think he was trying to block and protect the goal. The fans want a flair of football. If you open the game, he scored, we can't say, why not lock the game? Now we lock the game, we consider the goal, they say, if we don't attack. So fans are never satisfied. The truth of the matter is, if you look at what happened to us, we've lost away games before he came, many of them. If we took a draw, that's progress. The playing was not flair. Also, we had an injury problem where, major defender Jumaba from Nice gets injured and he comes out. We didn't have someone to replace him. So it's a time to ask the coach why you not been get a substitute when a defender for don't replace Juma. These are questions we will ask, whether you are a friend or not. Once you are coaching the national team, we will ask those questions. But what we have done with the new coach, because we feel it's providing leadership, we say, look, you don't have a benchmark to go to the World Cup, because when you came, we're in a bad position. Play the World Cup as preparation for the Nations Cup qualifiers next year. You have to qualify us to the Nations Cup. If you don't, then we have a problem.
You say that the fans them push Una for make the decision for bring Mohamed Kalon because name be the play out there.
No, the result we'll get last year, September, October, November, 6 games. We played. We expended a lot of resources. We not qualify. It was time for change. What I said was that every time you talk about coaching, the fans will talk. Kalon is qualified. He's the best man. Let's give him a job. Then we did an advertisement. He expressed interest. The SLFA recruited him. Not then they recruit them. They pay. He works for us. We give him on second when I didn't have the technical thing. So they recruited him. And if you look at the qualification in Sierra Leone, he has the highest coaching qualification in the world, which is a pro license, UEFA pro license. So he has never coached a national team. Every time people will say, again, I tell you how football. That way they don't want to get Calon, they hate her, they want to qualify. So with government resources, the most qualified now you get a job.
So that decision, although you say will not be the part of the recruitment, but they advertise, they apply, we drop Coach Abdul Karim Amido. From where you are sitting now, with the leadership we Kalondo provide for me take up this mantle of leadership and how the boys stand on the play, you think that was a wise decision?
Yes, I think it was a wise decision. It's always a wise decision to change things when it's not working. And also, Kalon is a global football icon. The boys around the team, when Stephen Cocker been in the team, he was able to keep them together because they're a big player. So now he has to keep the board together in terms of discipline. And also we've seen growth. So for example, when he took over, he took all home-based players to go play and they did well. We have never seen that kind of situation because we believe, say, he will do well. We are hoping he does well because it's not just about Kalon, it's about Sierra Leone. If he doesn't, there will be acts. That's the truth of the matter. If you don't perform, no matter who you are, then we will take a decision. That's why in your contract it says you have to do X, Y, Z.
From your experience in football, I believe the yesterday match, 9 fresh, now people in memory so far. From your experience in football, was that performance a value for money, taking into consideration the boys then go on a chartered flight, we don't know how they go for comeback, the debt way on a depa, the money on a point, all of that. How you go describe that performance?
So yeah, there are a couple of things with value for money when I look at this. The pitch of 90 minutes is one thing. We created temporary jobs for young people yesterday. We gave them dignity, flew them on a charter flight, put them in a hotel.
What other cost did you on?
Us, the government of Sierra Leone, NSA. Now, even this morning, yes, London picked them up, okay, then go Liberia, right? That's value. Otherwise, these boys would not, they will be doing something else. They will be taking kush, then go they commit crimes. The second part of it is that even the foreign-based players, when you bring them come, you give them match bonuses and allowances. You know what happens? They get extra resources. The last time we played 6 matches, for example, Abu Dhabi as a player where they play in Malta, they come and set up water factory, helping community with those resources. So that's value for money. The result is not very bad. We knew we're already in a bad shape. If we had lost, then we would say, we don't waste resources. But for God do away, and the country where we've been willing for, in fact, we'll go, they're not greedy with stadium for training. You could see that they wanted to win. When the game starts, you could see the energy and zest when they come with the hunger for win. So I think we have, every time Leinster plays, yesterday I not get Bean TV, because not Bean the Sean. I call people and say, sneak the Sean, this and that. But when I put on a TV, I was driving through from my house. You could see how quiet the city was. The national clarion call. Like you say, like witch. They don't call witch. All man don't sit down now, they watch. This is a national value. That alone is more than the money where you put into it. So yes, I think every time we participate, once we not lost a game, we have some returns for money.
Within the sports fans and for look forward to say, hope day for all the, if not all safe, but most of the popular discipline them go improve gradually. So
great, thank you very much. So one of the things that we don't do is, if you look, the Sierra Leone Premier League they play every year. In fact, now President Babadi Kamara say he wants to start the league early, which is what we should really do, start in October and stuff. Right? Then the second part of it is that we want let the other sporting disciplines then serve the play. But what are we doing now? We try for do the infrastructure, help them. We don't support tennis association for do them court. We are talking with basketball about basketball court. Volleyball gets this the mobile floor where they move with. We are talking to them because the facility will help them play. Once they are playing week in, week out, apart from engaging the young people and creating jobs for them, what happens is that you will have to have an improvement in the standards.
Can we look at the issue we get for do with the disability wing. Now one way don't they come out publicly, they raise concern of neglect. Say all the authority them, including the one way the head, not on to the focus on them, especially with campus support. Waiting don't be the issues with that disability wing.
No, that is not correct. So again, we have supported the get what they call, for example, the single leg amputees, right? We have, when I came in, I meet them, just support them for go Cairo. Now, when they came, they have taken the NSA to the ACC and said, then give them money in TFAM. I'll tell you what happened. When I came in, I realized there was excess money from the budget. And I just came in, lights not in, NSA, generator not there, everything. So what I did, this was money that had not been used. I wrote to the Ministry of Finance and say, we get this money, we don't left. Do we return the money or do we buy generator XYZ? Ministry of Finance gave us an authorization, so we bought generator and other things. They said that money we don't give them at their own. Now it was a surplus on the budget. We could not have given it to you because we cannot report, say, we take government money and give you. So they took us to the EC. So we have a stalemate. When the investigation is completed, we can come back and collaborate, which we have a problem with that. But they have been supported many, many times. In fact, we are now creating a disability desk at the NSA, whereby this gentleman we can go Olympics. Now we try for bring, even with himself. I had a conversation with people where they mediate with me. When you go Olympics, you get beaucoup cases. Then say take money to people for tickets. In this, it promise people say, I say, look, we cannot employ you with this baggage, right? Clear the issues where you get, then we come. We have a disability desk. We have created a gender desk where someone that will ensure everything. In fact, we are working on having a national conference for women in sport. After that, we will do the disability and sport because we want to encourage women and the disabled people in the arena. So really, we have not neglected anybody in any discipline at all.
Talking about women in sports will bring me to the next question. If you follow the Women League, they find out, say, then they perform very well, but they're not only in the spotlight like the other gender, the man them, where they play, especially at the Premier League level. How una go put things in place for ensure say una showcase the Women League, especially when they perform very well?
So if you look at what happened, for example, to the Women League, they went to Wafu, they won, they've come. The president of Sierra Leone, President Julius Maada Bio, don't show a lot of appetite to say one for meets them, now schedule they're not able to get for them. And when they were going, so the NSA doesn't support everything about national teams. We know competitions that we CAF and FIFA they take care of. So when they were going, we know now Wafu they take care of them. But we are still looking at how to compensate them for winning that major trophy and coming back. All over the world, women are struggling. In fact, last week or 2 weeks ago, I was reading something where the woman then in the NBA in America said, "Now they play if they not give them equal pay." So we are moving towards that. It's only now that we are moving towards that. It is my hope that before I leave the NSA, we can get to that level. That's why we give the Female Premier League 3 million every year. Next year will go up every year because we want them to be paid salaries the same way their male counterparts are being given money.
I think we're not going to do justice to the conversation if we left out the issue we get for do with the national stadium, because a lot of people, especially sports loving fans, them don't they ask this question. This renovation don't take forever. When they go really open this stadium for the public? So it's not the latest regarding that, because even last week or so, just the Yeri people, they say even UNASEF na NSA, that's not part of the problem, because allegation is that we don't make attempt to say the renovation where they do not the hostels, want for go tikri.
Yes, I mean, come on. So that's not even a problem. It's just a solution to the problems that we all have. The NSA, they're not rented property, where they pay $50,000 a year. Now, government constraints with resources. We landlord there on way back. They don't give you notice. You know, if we have a building where they don't complete, we can move in. Then we pay $50,000. That's a simple issue. It's not a problem. I don't know why people try for problematize solutions where they try for fence things. The National Stadium in story is clear. When we signed the initial contract with the Chinese, we not read them properly. The Chinese brought us and said, well, they renovate on a stadium, we jump on them. And before I continue this, I'll tell you, when I was related to the World Bank and I work with them, I sat in negotiations. When the South Americans come, where you give them contracts, they take it to their hotels, they read, and can't tell you, say, this is not good. When the Chinese come, they do, the Asians come, they do the same. When the Africans go for those contracts and give them, so we sign, we don't read. So I understand those contexts. The Chinese brought the contract, we signed it. Down the line, when they nearly complete them, before me, now they can realize there are no seats in the contract. CAF and FIFA say you cannot play in any stadium now where you not get seats because they want to know the number for avoid stampede.
When you say we in this context, so that then go sign
Sierra
contract.
Leone, Sierra Leone.
I just want us to be clear.
So anyway, so we started a new set of negotiations for let the Chinese then do the seat. For fix the seat will have been very easier. Then for don't do and now don't do. But the Chinese realize the slab where then they fix the seat on. In 1979 we do them. If they can't drill them 1 million times, because you are fixing 23,000 seats, right? It go broke. So can you say we're going to pull all these slabs and you do them? So that is a lot of work for safety reasons.
Women say the stadium no go.
The stadium will be available next year. They have given us a timeline. They will start this October and then go down in October next year.
So another additional 1 year.
Yes. So this is purely our fault.
So would have formed this part of the
Chinese. So that is why it took so long, because the Chinese don't sign contract. They don't give a contract, so they don't come. In the process now, President Bill had to intervene. Say, this stadium not going to be worth it. He had to talk to a colleague in China, then talk to the ambassador. We go to Foreign Affairs, then send a team, we do an assessment. We had a negotiation, we will do quantity, then Krango, now they approve them. So that is why my hope is we will finish with this one. Again, it's a lesson that we have to learn, that we just should not be signing documents.
All right, quickly, let's look at few messages then, where people go and response from you. Albert Fuji, they say, is there any plan in place to initiate a yearly annual sports personality award? This will be something good to think of and have a plan as to reward deserving sports personalities.
All right, this other message we go look at now the Facebook page. They come out from Amadou Ramsoba. He say we keep on changing coaches, but the style of play remains the same.
All right, Abdul Karim Tijan, they say, Mr. Abdulai Saffa Esquire, single leg football team isn't representing us well. Mr. Abdulai, Disability Sports Network Sierra Leone is the only organization that works with all categories of disability players, soccer, basketball, etc., etc.
They ask, sir, what's the state of the former Craig Benlani Football Academy? Any plans to restore it?
All right, Smaller Ebangua, they ask, hey, what are your plans for hockey in Sierra Leone?
Look at small messages we don't come in. This one from Albert, he say, how is your agency's relationship with governing bodies such as FIFA, IOC, WAFU, and the Commonwealth Games, to name a few?
Vandy Kalon, they say, NSA, please ask all Premier League teams to have their own female team.
Leon Koroma said, we are Saffa Abdulai with stadium. I don't see now on a for try for make them now. We not see Usai, then they renovate for 3 years. Now the wall pass, we can't kiss alone. And we hope say this long-term renovation of a stadium go come out the way we expect them for. Be please, Ali Dangote and Senam.
All right, this they say Suleiman Tunkara couldn't imagine just to rent an office in Freetown for sports office for $50,000.
Joby Bangale Jr. say Saffa keeps making basketball as an example, but when they're ready to go, there was no support.
All right. This one they ask, okay, I think Saffa don't respond to Dandy.
Ibrahim Love, they say, this is an example. The range was a former captain for Arsenal. Then he left Arsenal to Barcelona, from Barcelona to another league. Then he come again. Arsenal has never made him captain again. So Samsung should not be. All right. We're going to replace that message.
James, now YouTube, they say, why does the government have to waste money in renting a stadium for our home matches instead of spending those resources in speeding up the renovation to be completed?
This one said, good morning, Liberty TV. Saffa Abdulai don't ready for try for develop and defend the type of sports where they spend their own physical cash on. Just for make sports grow in our country. If we forget 10 of them type here, the sports in our country will grow.
All right, the last one we go take from YouTube. This one where they come out from Eric Johnson. It say Emmanueal Saffa Abdulai waiting at the way forward about Coach Mohamed Kalon in contract for the national team.
All right, well, as we so Dr. Abdulai for response to the message and day, I think you go also throw light on one big issue, the term where President Biogi's appointment. A lot of people being skeptical about how you will go for manage conflict of interest regarding you owning Luawa, and although you been say don't pull and force, but plenty people they wonder how you they able for manage, especially going out for seek for funding for the National Sports Authority and your interest in Luawa, how you manage it too.
Thank you. Let's start with my interest. Look, Namina, the owner of Luawa, it's not going to change. It's never going to change. And in sport, most of the people who don't lead sport, now people who either own clubs or we get experience in it. And it is that experience that has brought me this far. What I did was, when I took over this job, I clearly just stepped aside, make me woman the CEO, and then set an executive with a runner. I'm always watching Lower games. In fact, if you look at me, how I get animated when I watch the games, because that is my investment. I mean, the Lower investment is completely different from the NSA. The NSA is a regulator. We are not like, we're not like NSA to compete with Lower for anything. We regulate the SLFA. The SLFA regulates the Premier League board. Lower FC is under the Premier League board. So it's completely different. So it doesn't conflict at all. And I am not involved in the day-to-day running of Lower FC. I watch my investment, so it doesn't go bad, but I do my work at the NSA, as you can see. I actually missed the first comment where the person gave, because I was trying to get my phone. But in terms of changing coaches, anywhere you go, if you don't qualify, you have to change the coach. We have changed the coach. When we watched the last two games we'll play under Kalon, people were happy. This same Guinea-Bissau, we beat them inside Liberia 3-1, and we played very well. This was our home game. So home games are different from away games. We went to Egypt. We played so well that when we lost 1-0, globally everyone is saying you were unlucky. You understand? And then we go with Duane. So far the results are not bad as against him. We want to play flair football and loss. I don't think so. We want some good result. Well, now we have 1 win, 1 draw, 1 loss. That's not a bad return for the coach. We will talk to him and move the issue about fans wanting to see good football and stuff. Single leg amputee. When I come a single leg amputee, I meet NSA to deal with. In fact, we are now taking a decision that single leg amputee should go under Paralympics, because you cannot be on your own. Paralympics are the overall body where they deal with disabled people in sport. So if this other organization is there, we will bring on account together with the Paralympics, on all work together and work with single leg amputees. Yeah. Hockey plans. I have no plans for hockey. Hockey association, and then they get their own plans and bring account we, then we help them. So that person will send that comment, tell hockey, say we are there, we are available, we promote every sport, even bodybuilders with brain sport, we collaborate with them. As a government, we do work with FIFA and CAF and others. We get a good collaboration. In fact, in the last SLFA Congress, we had exchanged several emails back and forth, we and them. And then when the man came, we had a conversation. Even we then go back. So we have a good relationship. But in terms of athletics, the national, the NOC, they really talk to them. Say this sporting association, not like government government interference a lot in their games. Now, the Premier League, to forget female Premier League, I think a good suggestion. In fact, last year, the Sierra Leone Football Association make a condition, say all Premier League teams forget junior teams. So now it's a good condition for say all Premier League teams forget female team. The only thing is, I want people to understand, it is very expensive to run a football club. So if you already get a Premier League team, you get a junior team, and then you get a female team, it's going to be back-breaking. So we get to understand these financial constraints on the club. When I come to the NSA, I miss the rent had been set. I don't have any hands in it. I've not negotiated the rent, and I'm, like I said to the question from Mabel, I'm finding a solution. Say, okay, if the hostel is ready, let's move in and stop paying this amount of money. I mentioned basketball as a game where I like football, I watch basketball. I collaborate a lot with Ali Jazi. I know he's not happy that we'll not get physical cash for help them, but we've worked with them for Gideon Land na Aberdeen, for build an indoor facility. We're pushing that with them. So yes, it's not always about giving the money for travel. There are other things, so we and then they do together. The money we would spend for go play with home games in Liberia not enough for fix the stadium. Even if we wait 5-6 years, it will not be enough. Just to fix those seats, the Chinese broke them down at $7 million. And we would not get that money in about 2-3 years if man with the wait. So sometimes some of these things are incomparable. On the Kalon contract, we don't get a negotiation. So it was really a protracted negotiation because we get, he had offers, better offers. Then we get them for coach. Then we give him pittance, and he said, no, when I raise them up so that I can focus on my job. We don't finally get a figure where we think it's appreciable for him. With the way we come out this game, then we can conclude those contracts.
So after this game, we come back officially, they get a contract?
Yes, that's what we will do, because it don't take a long now. I mean, from March to now, we've been going back and forth. Then we had this social media stunk to people say, if you pay $20,000 or you go, that wasn't true. But we are negotiating. The man came with a higher figure. Now these are ones we negotiate. So there were several other figures. I don't know why that person will stick with $20,000 and put out a story that is not correct. We were negotiating. And once we had a big meeting, someone who sat in that meeting decided to pick on the 20,000. And if you look at this country, Khadija, this country is struggling. People are struggling. And then they usually get one person $20,000 a month. You remember what it created. And we had to wait for the dust to settle and go back. We have to pay him, even if he say, don't forget, this now this Kalon, where he can get money, where they play football, they buy tickets for a company for can play for Sierra Leone. And this Kalon when they buy jersey, where they go pay for hotel. He has made sacrifices. No left for ask people for make sacrifices because what we own in country. We all work. We want to be paid. He works. He has to be paid. You know, we're not going to give him too much money. We'll go break the banks, but he has to be paid what he deserves.
All right. Many thanks. We join with this morning for can talk about the NSA and how una don't they ensure say una go support football and other sports discipline them.
I don't know. Somebody they send message for clarification.
Yes.
And it has been rumored. Mm-hmm. Is it true
that
Saffa Abdulai now one of the people for the race?
Which is for on?
Race.
When that time comes, I'll come. I told Khadija this yesterday. I'll come to you. We'll have a conversation right now. Like I said yesterday, the president is just 2 years in his tenure, right? He's appointed you. Focus on your job. It'd be disrespectful for you to go around gallivanting that you want to succeed him. In fact, it's not just disrespectful. It actually defocuses you. Don't focus on the sport. We are making a lot of progress. In the
background engagements on the ground.
There are a lot of conversations going on. Let's focus on this job. Make her deliver on this mandate. Let the young people of Sierra Leone see sport as a vocation where they go continue for do.
All right. Many thanks. A pleasure. And hopefully with that time they come, we'll get a conversation there because the rumor continue for the out there.
President Bios is the president of the Republic of Sierra Leone. Within the SLPP, he has not opened up any declaration for candidate like where the APC don't call. There will come a time when it will. If I am going to get into it, the only thing I've said, and I'll say this again: if you know me, you know the work I have done. I have built my life for the last 20 years to get to where I am and to get into politics. And I'm getting there. That's what I can say for now. But let's keep going. Let me do my job.
But you're active as a member of the SLPP?
Yes, for the last 5 years, yes.
Okay.
I have.
All right, so we'll look forward to the official declaration as you think about her now. Well, now then the breakfast show for today. Many thanks to we studio guest, Dr. Saffa Abdulai, Emmanueal Saffa Abdulai, where we get this morning for Kantokon in work where they do na NSA and how we go ensure say they continue for collaborate with the FA and other stakeholders then for push salon sports discipline and not to football no more, but a very get passion for other sport discipline like basketball and other one the way you don't talk about. So we'll continue for bring them as and when necessary as Liberty TV will do for bring stories of public interest. Well, quickly, Leon start for play on the 9th, right? Yes. Against Ethiopia.
In Liberia.
In Liberia. Should we be?
We're winning that game. That's a home match and we're playing now Cameroon Club African football. We're winning that game.
All right.
And the second from you.
All right, yeah. Now the end the breakfast show. Many thanks to Musa Saukoma. We support the production team with technical support for this edition. Meet you. Mina Khadija Bangura, they say have a blessed weekend and continue for watch Liberty TV throughout the weekend as we get very interesting content they will produce for now.
All right, and Emmanueal Kabadi say have a good weekend till we meet again at the other side. Goodbye.
My name is Jennifer J. Bangora, Commissioner General of the National Revenue Authority, and I am honored to extend a warm welcome to all our regional and international partners as Sierra Leone prepares to host one of the most important gatherings on our calendar, the WATA 2025 High-Level Policy Dialogue on Financing Development through Effective Tax Systems, and the 21st General Assembly, which will be held from the 15th to the 19th of September 2025. At the National Revenue Authority of Sierra Leone, we are proud to host these events because we believe that effective tax systems are the cornerstones of nation building. We are committed to delivering a world-class event, one that promotes knowledge sharing, inspires reforms, and strengthens partnerships. On behalf of the government of Sierra Leone, the board of directors, and the entire NRA family, I invite you to join us in Freetown this September. Let's work together to shape a tax future that truly supports the development aspiration of West Africa. Welcome to WATA 2025. Welcome to Sierra Leone.
You are watching Liberty Breakfast Show on Liberty Online TV.